What's good, Yodi fam? Shady back with another banger. I am the original Fulcrum. Fulcrum, come in! Yeah, Yodi gang, you feel me? Wow, that took a lot out of me. So today I got 5 keybind tricks that are pretty useful. I kind of lied in the title. They're not OP, but you might want to know them. Before we get into it though, there's a couple things you gotta do. First, you want to go to settings, keyboard and mouse, and then set all your keybinds exactly how you want them, because some of these tricks won't let you change your keybinds in-game after. I'll get into why I'm using full keyboard gameplay later, but it has to do with this look center. After you do that, you can close the game so we can get to the options text, because everything's going to be done there. To get there, it's around the same file location you would go to for custom capes or cosmetics. So you're going to want to go to view, check hidden items on, and then you're going to want to go to disk, user, your user, app data, local, packages, Microsoft.Minecraft, local state, games, comms.mojang, Minecraft PE, and then open options text. Now, while we're in options text, you should really set vsync to 0, especially if your computer sucks. It helps out with lag. So the first thing is going to be turning on auto sprint, so you can sprint without having to press shift. And to do this, you're just going to go down to where it says keyboard type 0 if you're using full keyboard gameplay, or type 1 if you are. I am using it, so I'm going to go down here. Next, you're going to copy the forward keybind, 87, which is W, to the sprint key. Then just hit file save and it should work. This just makes it so that W is your sprint keybind and your walk keybind. So whenever you walk, it's going to automatically sprint. It's kind of useful, especially if you normally double tap W to sprint. If you still want to be able to walk normally though, what you can do is put comma 16 on the forward keybind so that shift makes you walk. That way you'll still be able to sprint with W, but you'll have that option to be able to walk with shift. If that makes any sense, I don't know. That kind of gets to the second trick though, which is adding multiple keybinds to one action. So if you have 2 keybinds that you want to use for something, all you got to do is put a comma between whatever keys you set it to. So for instance, I have hotbar slot 1 as 1, which is 49, and C, which is 67. So I'll just put 49, 67. Now, I don't know what number correlates to every hotkey, but I know that 49 is 1, 50 is 2, and so on. And then 65 is A, 66 is B, and then so on. So I use this with shears, but you can kind of use it for whatever, whatever you find useful. I don't really know. There's a lot of things you can do. Now on to the third trick, which is the worst one when I was BSing this whole list together, which is where you set your attack button to the hotbar slot that you keep your sword in. This way it switches to your sword whenever you left click, so you don't have to do it anymore. This is kind of useful if you're playing games where your sword is always in the same hotbar slot like Skywars. The only problem is that it'll switch to your sword if you ever try to mine anything with your pickaxe. But you can fix this by adding another keybind like -94, which is just one of those thumb mouse buttons. This way you can mine with the thumb button and then attack with your left click. Oh, by the way, if you're adding multiple keybinds to an action, you can't mix mouse keybinds with keyboard keybinds. It probably has something to do with the fact that mouse keybinds are negative, but I don't really know. That gets us to number 4, which is for anyone who normal clicks. If your excuse for not butterflying is that it messes with your aim, or your mouse doesn't have enough space to fit both of your fingers on one side, well, what you can do is set your attack bind to your use bind like this. That way, you can butterfly with your fingers on the different mouse buttons. Now, is this cheating? I don't care, I don't use this, but if I did, I could get 16 CPS pretty easily. But if you can already click 11 to 12 CPS normally, you probably don't need this. The difference between 12 and 16 CPS in Hive is not that much. Now, if you really wanted to though, you could also set your attack keybind to use so that you can butterfly blocks as well. The only problem with this is that you won't be able to mine blocks with either of those keys. So you kind of have to set your thumb button to attack so you can mine with that. So the last thing is going to be in full keyboard gameplay, and it's going to be the look center keybind. Anyone who does PvP knows that it's important to look as flat as possible to get the furthest reach in your hits. And this look center keybind does literally that.
The reach you can hit people from begins at the player's eyes, so when Dream is a block higher than me, it's much easier for me to hit his feet than for him to hit my head because the base of a right triangle is shorter than the hypotenuse. Stay in school, kids. It makes you better at PvP.
I have it set to F, so if I'm fighting someone, I can just spam click it and it forces me to look directly horizontal. What you could do though is set it to your attack keybind, so when you're attacking it, it automatically looks at the center. Now, I don't know in what scenarios that'd be useful for, because like if you're comboing someone, you kind of have to look up. But maybe if you only do like one kind of PvP, it could be useful, but yeah, whatever. Also, if you're going to do this, you're going to want to make sure that in the options text, you have full keyboard gameplay set to 1. So that's everything I came up with. If anyone else comes up with anything, you can like comment it or keep it to yourself, you know, I don't fucking care. Also, if you did any of the changes where you set like one keybind to multiple actions, like with W for auto sprint, you can't edit your keybinds at all, or else it's gonna like mess everything up. But yeah, that's it, you know? Make sure you guys take a trip down to Likington City for me. Also take a trip down to Subscribington City if you haven't. Comment down below. If you don't have anything to comment, just comment algorithm boost. And yeah, I'm done. Bye.